I'm testing out the Typhur Sync Gold dual digital thermometer. Is the latest technology. Is it the most reliable? We're going to do a few different tests to find out, so stick around, we'll get right into it. Typhur currently has a dual and quad wireless thermometer system, but they recently have updated this with the Typhur Sync Gold dual and also the quad. Today we're going to be unboxing the Typhur Sync Gold. Let's talk about the key features of this thermometer. I have my laptop here, just kind of bullet pointing the things I want to highlight. The first one is that it comes with two probes. That's why they call it the dual, obviously. You've got these amazing wireless probes. You got the stainless steel feature and the ceramic, and it's also labeled here for you, 1, 2, and if you got the quad, then obviously 4. And these are nice and thick and very sturdy. I've tested this out multiple times. And that's the first feature, just obviously two probes, stainless steel ceramic. A few things to mention about how it gauges its temperature. One of the things that they pride themselves on as they sent this to me and highlighting the features is it has 5 different sensors on the stainless steel portion, and then it's got a sensor for the ambient heat on the ceramic portion, and then it takes the lowest of the temperature, so you have the most accurate reading on your app or also on your display. And so I think that is also a great feature, and just kind of matter of fact. The third thing is the internal temp range on these thermometers are 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 221. And then the ambient goes up to 932 degrees. I'll put this also in the Celsius reading as well on the screen. But this is a good improvement from the first edition that I think went up to like 572. So bringing this up to searing temperatures, especially if you're getting it up to 700 and plus degrees, and trust me, when you are searing steaks, you can get up there before you know it, and that is a great feature as well. The fourth thing is they made this water resistant rating. I'll put the rating on the screen and in the description. I know from the first model a lot of people ask questions about that. This also has a kickstand as well. The fifth thing is it's got a 5-minute charge, will last 2 hours, which is fantastic for someone like me that sometimes forgets to charge my things, and then getting 5 minutes and getting 2 hours from that is just incredible. A full charge, according to their the instructions, will give you 24 hours of life, which is fantastic. You can see how sturdy and thick this thing is. It's sleek. But that's a good update on the charge. The sixth thing, it has a solid app. So we're going to talk about connections, and that's a great feature. Obviously, most wireless thermometers obviously all have apps. This one has been reading really well. It's got recipes on there. It allows you to monitor your temperature from the screen, but also on the app, obviously. But I'm going to make a few different notes here. I'll have it on the screen. This is a Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, plus new sub 1G technology, which is a radio frequency. I'm not super nerdy with this stuff, but this is radio frequency that goes lower than your Bluetooth frequency. So it's perfect for long range monitoring versus close range, where Bluetooth is going to thrive. So that low frequency is going to be really well for your low and slow, not only your low and slow cooks, but like your long distance readings. And I believe when it comes to being unobstructed, I don't know if I have it on here. It is, let's see here, 3,000 unobstructed range and 700 obstructed range. If you foiling your brisket, things like that, and you got your dome down, yeah, 300 or 700 feet it's going to go through because of that radio frequency, and then 3,000 where it's unobstructed. It's just on the grill. So hey, I think that is pretty impressive when it comes to a feature. And it also has the alarm system, and you're able to set different settings when things are about to be done, or if you go under or over temperature. And trust me, this thing is super loud. My daughter started yelling at me whenever the alarm started going off because I was searing steaks, and it was letting me know that I was hitting some high temperatures, and I was able to run out here as I was doing some stuff in the house. So the alarm feature is pretty awesome. And then we talk about cost. The current sale right now is $229 for 2 of these, because you get 2 wireless thermometers for that. And just like any company, most likely you're going to run sales, maybe even cheaper throughout the year. That seems to me to be a bargain. Off the top of my head, I don't know all the different costs for the different wireless thermometers, but I'll put a link in the description to compare. But I do know that's a really good price for 2 different wireless thermometers. So those are some of the key features. Now I'd like to talk to you about how I tested this on different meats and proteins. So I put this to the test by doing an overnight pork butt. I also grilled some steaks, reverse seared, and then also some pork chops. So I kind of put it through the ringer when it comes to testing out its longevity of that 24 hours. Now I didn't do a full 24-hour cook, but I did do an overnight, and I think it was like 12 or 13 hours or something like that, that I did my pork butt. And let me tell you, like, the thermometer did a great job from monitoring, obviously, for those first few hours when I was awake. You know, I could look at the screen, and everything was displaying perfectly. I'm able to look at my on my phone, on my app. I'm using my phone, you know, right now to record this, but I was able to pull up the app really easily and monitor the temperatures. And then when it was over, you can kind of see the temperatures with the scale and the grid just telling you the mapping, you know, did it go high? Did it go low? And overall, the overnight cook went really well. And so I tested that feature out, had no issues with connectivity or anything losing connectivity while I was sleeping. Everything was going really well, and even during the hold stage and the warming stage. So I was pretty impressed with that, you know, because anytime you're doing overnight cooks, you just never know. But from the technology standpoint, it did its job. So, hey, that's an A+. Then I did some reverse sear steaks, and then I cranked up the heat. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, the alarm started going off when the temperature started getting close to that 900 degrees. Well, that's because I was inside doing stuff with my kids, and I totally lost track of time, and this thing really saved the day. It reminded me, hey, you're getting really high temps right now. I went out here, and the temperature was right where I needed it to be, so I pulled it off pretty quickly. But when it comes to the alarm system, you're able to set the alarm for different things that you want, and it did its job. And I did some pork chops, direct grilling. I didn't reverse sear it, just kind of flipped it constantly, but I kept that in there as well, so I could just see the temperature, and it did a really good job. So from a durability standpoint, from expectations of letting you know, and you know, the durability, the longevity, I was able to even drive and run a few errands the next day on my long cook, and able to test that out in that radio frequency and the Wi-Fi, and I was able to keep monitoring those temperatures. So technology-wise, it did really well, had no issues. Overall, I'm super impressed with the technology, the durability, the sleekness. You know, at first I wasn't sure what I thought about having everything all in one, but you know what? It's really convenient to have everything all in one, storage in the back, the kickstand, a great lit screen. The screen goes off in, you know, so many seconds or a few minutes if you're not using it, to save battery life. Really good features, and I'm really happy. In the cost of $229 currently, and probably run deals, I can save you 10% in the description. I'll have that on the screen for you today if you're really interested on any of the models, and that's a gift from Typhur to you. So I'm grateful that as I'm just doing a product review for them and testing out for myself over a few weeks before recording this video, that is a way that you can save some money. But if you like product reviews, I've got different product reviews videos on this channel for you to check out. I'd love for you to subscribe and support the channel, and also check out my barbecue rubs and sauces if you haven't tried those out to amplify your barbecue. From my backyard to yours, less hate, more love, good barbecue. Till next time.